Here, Mother brought baby a special pill.
I'll break it open for you, just a little, into your mouth, and drift off on golden waves.
Her soft hand stroked the boy's thin cheek. She murmured to him, half singing a prayer to ease him into the dark.
I pray your next life will be peaceful. I pray that you will be healthy. I pray you never have another devil mother and demon father. I pray that you have no enemies. I pray.
The door exploded off its hinges and crashed into the far wall, smashing oil lamps as it fell to the floor. The lamp oil spilled over the flagstones and carpets, spreading the fire. A spray of golden darts ripped through the room, burying themselves with dull thuds into the dead nurse and into the back of Madame. She fell across her baby, a little chuff of surprise as the air was knocked out of her. Then silence, the beautiful green brocade, stained and ruined with blood. Check them! A rough man rushed in. The nurse was deader than dead. Madame's eyes were already glassy and, I found the boy. Finish him! There was foam pouring from the boy's mouth. The man reached out with his knife but paused, hearing a rushing sound. Madame's green brocade robe hissed into a roaring, white-hot blaze. It caught on the bed sheets and raced for the heavy curtains. It wasn't alone. The man looked back over at the fire on the floor. It was spreading wildly, bolting for the silk curtains and rushing up to the roof. He followed the trails of fire to big jars up in the rafters.
Oh, you spiteful bitch! Run!
He didn't make it to the door before the house exploded in flames. Nothing of the once elegant home could be salvaged after the fire. Serfs pulled the wreckage over to enormous many-legged garbage bins, which walked themselves to the dump and emptied themselves on the enormous piles. The serfs had explicit orders not to remove any bodies they might find. The Hongs felt the dump was exactly where those bones belonged. A boy woke up in the trash. He couldn't remember who he was or where he was, or why everything hurt. There was something round on the ground. He reached for it and saw that he only had a few fingers. He should have had more. He could see the bloody stumps where most were missing. His body was covered in blood and burns and everything was pure pain. The boy screamed. He screamed for a long time. Once he had screamed his throat dry. The boy firmed up his guts and crawled off. He was so thirsty. He thought he would die. He had to find water somewhere. And he did, stagnant and filthy in the ruins of an old clay pot. Everything hurt. There were flies floating in that water, bits of rotted cabbage too. It smelled diabolical. He wanted to vomit just looking at it. He hesitated, but he hadn't seen any other water. It was vomit, or drink and keep it down. The boy teetered on the edge of the choice, and forced himself to drink. It was as disgusting as he expected. He had another mouthful. Everything hurt, but he was determined to live. Days passed. The boy lay on the ground, unaware that he was dying. Everything hurt. Everything always hurt. Doing anything hurt. His head especially hurt. He had a headache and everything went swirly when he tried to stand. But the boy had a treasure, a little black ball of soft metal that he could lick. And once he did that, everything stopped hurting. He could just float in the warm waves.